So once we got the idea about the basics of Java, we have talked about arrays and objects, static keyword and all those stuff. Now let's move towards the oops concept. So when you say oops, it provides you lots of features, right? It provides you inheritance, abstraction, data hiding, encapsulation. So we'll start with the first one, which is inheritance here. So when you talk about inheritance, what exactly it means is, again, we can go for some complex example, but I believe in making things keep it simple, right? What we'll do is we'll take a simple example again, which is very typical example when you talk about inheritance. We'll go for the same example here, and that is to create a calculator. So what we'll do is we create a class called as calculator. Okay, so that's our class here, and in this class I want to perform some operations, and the only operation I want to perform here is let's say addition of two numbers. So what I will do, I will say public, which returns int. The method name is add, which takes parameter, which is I, and the second parameter, which is j. It returns I plus j. Quite simple, right? So we got this calculator class here, and now let's create the object of it. Now how do we create object of calculator? We simply say calculator. We'll say this is C1 equal to new calculator. Now what I will do is I will simply create a variable here, and we'll say this is int result equal to c1 dot add, and if I pass two values, if I pass 5 and 4, and if I print the output here, it will print result. So if I run this code, we will be getting the output which we are expecting here, and that's your output, which is 9. So this is one class, right? So let's imagine in future, if let's say if I'm creating this object of calculator and then I'm giving this calculator object to my customer. As a developer, I'm giving this object to a customer. Customer is very happy because this calculator can perform one operation. And this code, let's say this code belongs to some other class, some other file. Now in that scenario, if this class belongs to some other file, and let's say as a developer, you have deleted this file, I only have the class file. I mean, okay, let me just make it simple. Let's say if a user comes to me and say, okay, I want one more feature now. I want this calculator to subtract also, not just add it. It also wants to subtract it. I mean subtract two values. But the problem is, due to some problem, you cannot make some changes here because you don't have the source code of calculator. Imagine you don't have the source code for calculator. Now what you will do? But you have the class file. What is class file? So when you compile your Java code, you get the class files, right? So let's imagine you don't have the source code. That means you don't have the Java file, but you have a class file. So what you can do is you can create one more class in that scenario. We'll name this class as calculator advanced. So this is an advanced calculator which should have two features. Again, since you are creating a new class, we need to define that add method once again, right? So we'll say public. In fact, when you want to define it, let's just copy and paste. I mean, in real life, you will type it because you don't have the source code. And again, you will paste it, but this time this should be sub and this should be subtraction, right? So now we got a new class which has two features. One is addition and subtraction. So from your main method, instead of creating object of calculator, we'll create object of calc advanced. So here we'll say result 1 is the addition, and we'll say int result 2 is, it will be subtraction now. So since we have the new class, we can perform the subtraction operation also, and let's print result 1 and let's print result 2. Now this will be result 2. So now if I run this code, it will work, right? Because we have a new class altogether which has two methods. But hold on, you already have the class file of calculator, right? Can I use this add in this class? Why to write the same code two times? This is redundancy, right? We are repeating the code. So we'll not repeat the code. We'll simply fetch that feature. We'll simply fetch this feature of add in this class. Now how do we fetch a feature? By using the concept of inheritance. So we'll simply say extends calculator. Now in this scenario, this class becomes a superclass, and this class, which is calc advanced, is called as subclass. So superclass will have only one method called as add, but subclass will have two methods. One from this class itself, which is advanced calc, and one method will be coming from calculator. So this is super and this is sub. So we got a superclass and we got a subclass. And now even if you run this code now, you can see it still works. We are getting this subtract method from advanced calc itself, but we are getting this add method from calculator. Okay, it is that simple. That's how you use inheritance. This is basically a single level inheritance because we have only one level, right? So this is your super and this is your sub. We can use some more terms here. Instead of simply saying super sub, we can also say this is a parent class, and then in that scenario this becomes a child class. We can also say this is as a base class. So if this is a base class, now this will be called as a derived class. So in Java we use a term called as sub and super and sub. In the concept of OOPS we use parent and child. In the concept of C++, we use base and derive. So in Java we'll be using super and sub, will not use these two keywords, but you can say that. I mean, no one will kill you if you mention parent and child. It's just that in Java we use super and sub. So that's how you create a single level inheritance. Now we can also achieve a multi-level inheritance here. Now how to do that? Let me create one more calculator here. We'll say this is Calc, very advanced calculator, okay, which will have three features: the addition, the subtraction, and one more thing, which is multiplication. So instead of creating three methods here, I will simply create one method only, which is multi, which takes two parameters, int I comma int j, and it returns I into j. Okay, and I want this class to extend calculator, I mean the advanced calculator. That's it. Because if this class extends advanced calculator extends calculator, so this class will have all the features of add and sub. So if you imagine this is a grandfather, this is a father, and this is a child. Okay, and now instead of creating object of calc, we can create object of advanced, calc very advanced, and we can call three methods here. So let me paste it. This is result 3, and this will be multi. Let's say this is 2 and 3, and let's also print the third result. So we have achieved a multi-level inheritance here. So we have this first level. So if you talk about these two classes, this is first level, it is a single level inheritance. If we talk about all these classes, this is multi-level. But if we talk about only these two, this is again single. Okay, because we are talking about these two only, that is single. This two single, and all these three, they are multi-level. So in Java we can achieve single level inheritance, we can achieve multi-level inheritance, but how about multiple? Because if we talk about OOPS concept, it also provides you multiple inheritance. But unfortunately, Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. Why exactly it doesn't support multiple inheritance, that we'll see in the next video. But time remember, we work with inheritance like this. Again, inheritance has two things. One is there are two relationship in inheritance. Just to let you know, this is called as is A and has A. Now what it means, whenever you have a class which extends another class, it is called as is A. And whenever you have a class in which you are creating the object of another class, it is called as has A. Example, inheritance demo can access the features of add because we are creating the object of calc very advanced. I'm saying that in this class I have the object. So when I say I have, so that is has a relationship, and when you extend, that is A. Example, when you talk about dog is an animal, so dog extends animal. But when you talk about a bathroom, so bathroom has a tub, right? So that's a two different inheritance we have. Okay, but time remember only is A. So yeah, that's it. That's about inheritance, single level and multi-level. In the next video, we'll see why Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. Thank you so much.